Welcome to Healing Through Dentistry podcast,
where we redefine health, wellness, and the power of your smile.
We're your hosts,
Hanna
and Eva, twin sisters, qualified dentists and medical doctors.
This is more than a dental podcast.
It's a journey into profound connection between oral health and whole body healing.
Through personal stories, inspiring client transformations, and expert insights,
we explore how dentistry can ignite energy, relieve chronic pain, and transform lives.
Get ready to discover the extraordinary ways your smile can heal, inside and out.
Let's begin. Welcome to a next episode, Summer Series. We're talking about what we're learning and from and who are we inspired about. And today we will be talking about NuCalm technology.
So NuCalm neuroscience technology is a technology we have been using for years in our clinic at DuoSmile, and we can be more happy to be so lucky to have, found it out and to be using it. So how it started, Eva, actually, it's quite funny.
I'm smiling because you have noticed that Tony Robbins is using it for his relaxation. And we know that Tony Robbins, if he does anything...
Who's Tony Robbins?
He's a leader of self-development. He is a bright guy who manages anything you can think of. So if he would like to explore medicine, he writes the book. He is a businessman. He writes the books about business. So he is, for 40 years, he is showing with the world, all of us, the wisdom, and he shares the tricks.
For me, he is a motivator and a leader in mind, body, soul, self-development.
Yeah.
Or he's a leader in self-development.
You wouldn't really see the soul bit there, but once you go to the retreat, you will find out. You were very surprised too.
We should be recording the episode on
next episode.
Keep jumping.
Let's go into the NuCalm.
But let's go back to the NuCalm. So NuCalm is a neuroscience technology, and what it is supposed to do is that it takes you from sympathetic, the flight-fight mode, the do alert mode, which most of us function on, to parasympathetic. And what is parasympathetic? That's the relax and rest mode of our autonomous nervous system, which we cannot, influence. But it is the one which is leading when we're digesting, when we're resting, when we're sleeping. And that's when the healing occurs.
On a molecular level.
And exactly. So that's why, you probably have heard before, go and lie down and have a nap, sleep, or go to bed early and sleep if, your grandma was telling you when you were a kid and you were sick, because they did realize that the sleep is really something which is very healing and what recovers the body.
Or she would say that when you were irritated, because all the neural system is not calm, not integrated, not balanced. So you have different emotions. So what we're doing with this technology is that we're bringing clients, and if you start following NuCalm Instagram or website, you will find out lots of research on the topic that sportsmen use it for recovery. So All Blacks in hockey, they were using it in a preparation session.
All Blacks is rugby, Eva, and then you said hockey, right?
No, the hockey players.
The Hawks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said All Blacks. Yeah.
Anyway, so they started using it also in US Open. So it's a technology which is healing on a molecular level by frequencies. And
maybe let's start with the story. What's the story behind the story? Like, who invented it? And why, and what's going on? So I'm just gonna share what I remember, because we read the book and purchased this years and years ago. So, but I do remember that it's been developed by a doctor called Michael Galitzer, and he's had an interesting story, of course, behind it. It started, or he was trying to find a help for his family. I think it was a couple of uncles who have been having serious issues with alcohol. So to that extent that they kind of, open the bottle, smell the alcohol, and they needed to kind of drink it all at once. And I think sadly, both of them died quite young. And he, as a young doctor, he was trying to find a way. He said, this is not possible. It can't be that, they like the alcohol that much. That must be surely something with the chemistry in their bodies and why they do what they do. And so he started to dig deeper into this, challenge and into this science of it, meaning the science of, our brain, the neuropathways in our brain, neurotransmitters,
neuroimmunology,
also
everything about neuroscience.
Also, he knew that, you might just put more actually things together. So he was also exploring acoustics as well. And he got inspired also, by the eels, because he thought, okay, in the past, like years and years and years and years ago, when they didn't have any, local anesthetics or any medicine in hospitals, they were using actually eels, the electric eels, the fish, just to kind of restart people when they were having traumas in terms of psychological trauma. So he said, there surely must be something about this. And he started to place one thing next to each other. And this amazing system came up called NuCalm. And it is also interesting that he was one of the group when he was evolving it, one of the group who has helped him to develop it in terms of like great people to try the gadget on for them. And it's not like try on them that it's some kind of a drug. This is a drug-free device. This is based on frequency. It's very important to say it's a drug-free, drug-free gadget, neuroscience, acoustics. And so he was trying it on the soldiers, on the people with post-traumatic syndrome, which is big, big, big too, because some of the soldiers or people with post-traumatic syndrome, be it after the wars or be it after the nature horrific disasters, it has helped them that so much. And then one day he also, I don't know if it was his friend or he bumped into a dentist, and he discovered that there's so many anxious people just, coming to the dentist because there is something about it and they do have anxiety about the dental work and, to be coming in the dental office.
Yeah.
And so that's why
the thing is that it's not only calming you, but the recovery is faster. So there is a chapter from the dentists who are surgeons, and they were seeing totally different results before the device and after the device. So it was healing. That's why I started about the sports, but it was meant to be for people who are driving, who are jet lagged, to calm or to balance the neural system, because the
and
music,
to help with the sleep, you see in jet lag, right?
What is the science behind this is that the frequency on each ear is different, but you wouldn't recognize it. Sometimes there's
different hertz. I think it's like 5 hertz difference left to right ear. And that's what's tricking your brain. And that's what's giving the brain
that frequency
sensation that you're, in a different frequency. So it is fascinating, actually.
Yeah. So we see beautiful results. We're using it for, I would say, 8 years in a clinic. And we do really see the healing. And we always tell clients that it's healing, not only what we do in terms of dental treatment, but it's anything what is happening in their body. It's working on molecular level. So, and then you would see.
And plus, Eva, can I just add? And plus, it's got that ability that, you don't perceive the time that strongly. So we might be having people for almost 3 hours on a dental chair doing, expansive metal removals or doing surgeries, and they'll be like, oh, is that done yet? And they say that, and
3 hours later,
and they're like, oh, it didn't actually seem like 3 hours, because yes, in that frequency, the perception of time is blurred. But also what is quite fascinating is that your sleep patterns improve. So that's one of the areas where you can help NuCalm as well if you do
and
struggle
the irritability.
with sleep. And what is quite fascinating, and I always enjoy when I see clients or guests at DuoSmile when they fall asleep, and they a lot of times fall asleep while we're doing treatment on them.
Yeah.
And then obviously they feel rested, they feel much more energized after the treatments.
What do I enjoy is when they are kind of tracking data. If they don't need to be biohackers, but they're tracking the data and they would snapshot a picture for us that they have just after we start the treatment, 7 minutes after they are in a sleep mode.
Oh, so they just had a deep sleep, right?
Deep sleep on a data, and they're adding, 1.5 hours or 2.5 hours to their sleep at night. So it's amazing technology.
It's brilliant, Eva. Yeah, just wanted to just say that I do appreciate that also, like with all the gadgets now, with Aura rings and Apple Watch and other watch, which, measure your, your patterns. It is incredible when you have a look on their data and you see that they actually been rested.
Yeah.
And they have, they're calm, their nervous system. What is also great about that is that it's because you're in parasympathetic. There's no gagging reflex. There's less saliva. This is all to do with calming the nervous system. So right?
You don't produce saliva when you're sleeping. So that's basically the kind of resting mode. Less saliva, more calmness, sort of relaxing position.
Yeah. So people in our office, they don't know some of you experience that or remember from the past that you constantly sitting up to spit out or have a rinse. We don't have that. We do that we do that after local anesthetic, and then they lie down, lean back, and they're deep in their relaxation. And it's almost like we were talking last episode about Vishen Lakhiani and Jose da Silva and Da Silva method, which is a meditation, or Joe Dispenza. They all actually teaching you.
Emily Fletcher, it's a meditative state.
They all teaching you to actually get into the alpha brain waves, which are the brains which are
alpha beta brain waves.
Yeah, exactly. Which are the brain waves when we, are calm, when we chilled, when we enter a space in between, sleeping and waking, and when, there is a space for manifestation,
creation.
That's
the window. So more advanced clients who are already meditating, I would say, okay, this is the time to dream and to get
manifest
to get what you want. So just relax, they lie down, and 2.5 hours they can be thinking
just
about their new swimming.
Yeah, just a tip for you guys. Our thought is the leading, think what is leading your life. So if
how you think,
how you act, and how you feel,
it's making your
so
reality.
even if you don't have the gadget like NuCalm, you can, in NuCalm, because you're in alpha, that's going to happen more likely because you're in that frequency. But also if you're in beta, if you're living your normal life, it's definitely good and better to think in the nice thoughts rather than the horrid thoughts, because what you think of, you attract. So yeah, what maybe just to finish this, what you can also use, you don't need to use NuCalm if you want to, guys, try it. I think you can go on NuCalm.com and they've got some kind of membership and you can try it. It's a bit different than it used to be 8 years ago. But what I wanted to say, you can also Google binaural beats, which, is on Spotify even in these days. And you can actually choose a frequency for, if you want to focus or you need to studying, focusing, binaural beats frequency. Or if you want to heal your sinusitis, you can Google that as well. So everything's got its frequency. And that's basically how the NuCalm works as well, because there's this special neuroacoustic, kind of not soft program, specially designed music. Okay, so let's all meditate, be it in nature, listening to natural voices, rivers and, trees, or
get the headset
and binaural beats or
binaural beats.
All right, take care and see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us on Healing Through Dentistry podcast.
We hope today's conversation has inspired you to see your smile as the gateway to whole body well-being.
To stay connected, visit us on our website or follow us on social media.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could benefit.
Until next time, remember, healing starts with a smile.
Take care,
and we will see you in the next episode.